Welcome to May 2021 monthly activation. I'm so glad to be here with you and to share the information that is here for us all to continue to adjust and attune ourselves to the cosmic vibrations, to the cycles of life and nature, to the elements within and without. And May is my birthday month, so I have an especial affinity for it. So I'm excited to bring that into this activation as well. So welcome. Yay! Before we get started, just for those of you who may not be familiar, the way that these activations unfold is that I do a drawing of the information that's in our hologram. So the drawing is a remote viewing tool that allows me to see the information that is coming through, the patterns that are needing to be addressed and shifted. And then we'll arrive together with the breath, and I'll bring in the sounds. And the sounds also serve as another remote viewing tool. I get more information. The beautiful thing about the sounds in the drawing is that they're diagnostic and therapeutic at the same time. So while we're getting the information, it's also harmonizing that for us as well. And the activations are unique in that they awaken and activate and align your light quotient, your biophotons, the luminescence of who you are. So your DNA are actually biophotons. So you are literally a light being in a physical body. And so these activations help increase your light quotient to meet yourself in those places of light that you're receiving from the cosmos and from your own heart. So we can stay balanced and resilient and attuned to life so we can meet it as it shows up and navigate from that place from the heart. Wonderful. Muji's ready. Muji always knows when to come over. Okay, so without further ado, let me share with you the drawing from today. Okay. And what I picked up from that was groups of people isolated and separated. They were kept apart to weaken them. So I saw, like, here's a segment of the population, here's another segment of the population, and they were deliberately being separated and isolated as a control mechanism to weaken them. And then the next thing that came through was, try as they might, they cannot fight nature. It is in our nature to seek community, tribe, family, and connection. I mean, natural organisms, they naturally organize, right? We have our stem cells that differentiate into different tissues, and those tissues come together to create different organs, and those organs come together to create different systems. I mean, this is how nature works. This is how life works. So it is in our nature to organize. It is in our nature to seek connection. It is in our nature to be with community, to be with tribe. Our second chakra is all about connection to tribe, all about connection to other, right? So in this effort to disconnect us from one another, they're effectively disconnecting us from our power center in our sacral chakra, which is also our creativity, our passion, our sexuality, which is a creative force, right? So think of the energetic effects that this has on the individual and on the collective when people are being told and forced to do something that is against their nature. In the separation is the way to control information. Yet we are quantum. We are one. The information must flow, and the sleeper will awaken. So those of you who are Dune fans will know that reference. But we're all one being. We are all connected. We are all entangled. That's why people like myself that do remote sessions, the people on the other end, even though we're 1,000 miles apart, can feel the effects of it due to the quantum nature of reality and non-locality. So we can be anywhere, we are everywhere at once. So that information is going to continue to disseminate itself, even if in the particular matrix it's trying to be controlled and separated and distorted or what have you. But the information we always have access to through the biological quantum nature of our physical body. And so this becomes our compass, this becomes our GPS, this becomes our dowsing rod or our pendulum to navigate this realm that we are in to discern the truth and connect with the truth. The body knows the truth. The body does not lie. The thoughts can be manipulated, but the body does not lie. We might not listen to what the body is telling us, but it does not lie. And so it becomes even more crucial now, more than ever, to begin to learn how to communicate with this divine vehicle that you've incarnated into, that you've chosen for this lifetime during this time. And that's when the sleeper awakes. The information is light and it is sound. It is you and it is me. So I had already shared that our DNA are biophotons. We have a liquid crystalline matrix. We are crystalline beings. We are light beings. So, and all of the universe is sound and light. It is vibration in nature. So that information is continuing to be transmitted. How that's being packaged and how you're receiving it is another story. So you get to choose how you want to interact with the information of your own story even, not just the stories that are being told to us. So how are we I'm seeing like a grid of a grid. How are you connected to the grid of information of this matrix, and what grid of information do you want to align and connect yourself with? Personally, I've chosen to align myself with the grid and network of my heart and connection to source. That is my focus every day, and that is my practice. Are you being informed or conformed? So when you're being informed, it is the field of the heart, it is your heart that is informing you. That light and sound and information from within your connection to source is informing you, is shaping you, is sending out pulses of vibration to the world around you? Or are you being conformed from outside in and letting yourself be shaped this way rather than this way? So that's that choice of choosing to align with the light and information of your heart, connection to source, or to choose to be informed from other sources and having to discern and sift and constantly, ask yourself, is this true, is this not true? And even for me, being, my practice being connected here, I still ask myself that question, is this true, is this not true, is this me, is this not me? But when I am aligned with my heart energy, then that ability to sort through what is true for me and what is not through my quantum biological vessel, it is much clearer to receive that information. Separateness is an illusion of the mind. The mind is manipulated by frequencies. The heart is strong and connected to the one. So this is what I've been sharing with you. The thought forms, in this case the mind, and I mean the thoughts. For me, the mind is the heart, but the mind and the thoughts, the brain, can be easily manipulated by frequency. Everything is frequency and vibration. And so even when we use healing sounds, such as the ones that I have here, we're using healing harmonious frequencies to get your body to resonate with that so it can tune itself. But it could also be used in unhealthy, damaging ways as well. And so that is something to take into consideration. So the more that we anchor into the light and information of our own heart field, which generates its own electromagnetic field, which is stronger than the brain. So when this is moving in a coherent way, then the thoughts become aligned with the heart, and the heart-mind operates as one. But when we start to give too much weight up here, then this becomes the weaker frequency. So we really want to strengthen this frequency as much as possible as a daily practice, especially today and every day. One heart, one mind, one universe, Y-O-U, one universe. So we are one being. There is no you, there is no me. There is no out there, as the physicist John Wheeler had said. So what I'm experiencing in my outer world is a reflection of my inner world. So do I like what I see? And when I come across things that are uncomfortable for me, then I go to my practices and I use my body as a navigational tool, as a compass, to align myself with my heart state, with my light, with my connection to source and creation, to create the world that I want to be in. And that in turn increases the frequency of those around me. And it invites them to raise their frequency as well, to become a stronger frequency, a stronger harmonious frequency. Because stronger frequencies will entrain the weaker ones, right? So means it will get them in sync with. Let me just read through this again. I'll show you the picture one more time for reference. Now that you know what we've spoken about, you can see where those lines might have transmitted that information to me. Okay, so I'll just read through these one more time. Groups of people isolated and separated, kept apart to weaken them. Try as they might, they cannot fight nature. It is in our nature to seek community, tribe, family, connection. In the separation is the way to control information. Yet we are quantum. We are one. The information must flow, and the sleeper will awaken. The information is light. It is sound. It is you. It is me. Are you being informed or conformed? Separateness is an illusion of the mind. The mind is manipulated by frequencies. The heart is strong and connected to the one. One heart, one mind, one universe. Okay. Let us arrive together with the breath. So either sit comfortably or lay down, whatever feels most correct for you in this moment. Closing your eyes. And just begin to notice the breath. And while you're noticing the breath, see if you can tune into all of those parts of yourself that you leave throughout the day, throughout the weeks, throughout the years, throughout your life. Those parts of ourselves that we've kind of fragmented. Right? If you're familiar with a hard drive being fragmented and all those bits of data, get placed here, there, and there, and it actually slows down the operating system. So every once in a while, back in the day, you would want to defragment your hard drive. We want to do that to ourselves by creating coherence, a coherent state. So our operating system begins to operate without any distortions, without any little scratches on our record. So just begin to see if you can sense your record, your hard drive, your disk, and see if there's any scratches or dust on that. And if you see something like any dust, just take a moment and either with an exhale, blow it away. If you see any little scratches, take a cloth and just buff them out, or buff them out with the exhale. A little bit of an exertion with that exhale. There you go. You can exhale and then buff it out so it's starting, you get that polished look. There you go. Nicely done. Now this is a two-sided record, so if one side looks good, flip it over to the B side and see what's there. Yeah, a lot of things we don't look at on the B side. Using that exhale, each inhale and each exhale is going to clear away another fragment on that record. Each exhale is going to clear away another scratch or dent on that record and buff it out. There you go. So now we're just going to do this breath, and the breath is going to do it on its own, so it's going to sound something like this. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out through the belly, and that belly is going to buff and polish and clear and cleanse. So inhaling through the nose, down to the belly, and that compression of the belly is going to buff, polish, and cleanse. So it'll sound something like this. And I'm envisioning my record at the same time. Continue with me. Good. Use that breath to direct towards all those dusts and all those scratches and all those dents. Flip over the record if you need to. And then one last one. Give it one good long exhale through the mouth. Checking your record. And just feel all the pulsating and vitality and energy, whatever you feel now after that vitalizing and cleansing breath. Beautiful. And that song come to mind. Put the needle on the record. Okay, let's see where the sounds take us. Okay, this actually feels very good. It's that cleansing breath we just did. And what I'm getting from this is that you all are doing your work. So thank you. Thank you for doing your work. I honor each and every one of you every time that shows up to do your work, because I know we are all one being, and that each aspect of our individuated consciousness that takes on the courage of the heart to do this work and to cleanse your body and your mind and to raise your vibration and your frequency and strengthen it so it comes from the heart, does that for the collective. And so I honor you in stepping forward to do that work for yourself and for the collective. So there we go. And this fork also showed me that. So thank you. Beautiful. Okay, so there's some places in the timeline that look a little rigid to me, and I want to get those moving a little bit more fluidly. And it's having to do with future time and the unknown. So it feels like a lot of us are still in that place of pause because we don't know what's going to happen, and we're waiting for others, that confirmation, right, to tell us what's going to happen so then we can decide what to do. But the thing of it is only you can decide what to do in the present moment. There is only now. So you're waiting for Godot, right? There's this absurd nature of waiting for something that, doesn't exist, because all that exists is the present moment. There we go. So waiting for Godot, and then we have a crow. So now we're waiting for the crow. Bad joke, sorry. Very bad joke. Oh, I feel bad. That was a really bad one. Okay. But the crow is here. Okay. So let's take off all responsibility from having to wait for other to tell us how to be, how to do, how to respond, how to act. That is not for anyone else to decide except for yourself. So you're going to choose how to be in the moment. So we're letting each moment inform us, going back to that being informed from the heart, letting each moment be informing of how to be. Okay? So let's close our eyes. Let's just do 3 of those breaths together just to kind of bring us back in a little bit more. Inhaling. Good. And then from here, allow your awareness to drop down into the field of the heart. Beautiful. So now your heart has access to all the information, all space and time, because all time is now. So let's just allow our awareness to drop into the sacred space of the heart. There we go, even more. Allow the heart to receive you, to receive your awareness. It's opening its door, its portal, to invite you in to its sacred space. There you go. Beautiful. Yes. And just take a moment to explore what this space has to offer you. Take in its ambiance. Yes. And I can feel the quietude of that as you're doing that. So when we enter the sacred space, for me, there's just this silence, this quietude that comes over. There we go. Even if the environment has other things going on in it, it still has a sacred space and container that we are in. Beautiful. So let's extend that feeling of the sacred space that you're feeling in your heart space and see how far you can expand that out. Just like a bubble. Just allow it to naturally radiate out. That's that electromagnetic field of the heart. All you have to do is allow it to happen. Allow the sacred space of your heart to just radiate. Beautiful. And if you have anyone in mind that you want to share that feeling state with, allow the sacred space of your heart to connect with them. Plant, animal, human. Magical, mythical, interdimensional, whoever it is. Just allow your heart to connect. And it knows with whom it needs to connect. Yes. And remember to let it connect with you as well. There we go. Everyone dropped in right there. It was beautiful. So from this place, feel the feeling of the unknown that you were feeling before. Just feel it. Feel how the body feels when it's meeting that place that it doesn't know. What happens to your body? Right? And so here you were just in the inner sanctum of your heart. And what happened? Did you leave that space when you went to feel that which was unknown to you? So now come back to the heart space and feel how it feels to be there again. Feel the unknown, and then come back to the heart, the present moment, your sacred center. There you go. Beautiful tracking. You're all doing wonderfully. So just notice if there was a direction that you tended to go in when you went into the unknown. Most of the time when I see people and I'm tracking them, they go out to the front because it's future time, right? So we tend to just project ourselves out there. But let's come back here And then from here, let's feel out into the timelines. Okay, so just feel the timelines from here like a pebble being thrown in the water, and those concurrent circles that ripple out. Feel into the environment like that. There you go. Yes, yes, everyone's doing it. Perfect. Okay, so that's how we can feel into space and time from the present moment. All of that you're feeling into is in the now. Beautiful. And then we just keep breathing from this place. Beautiful. I'm going to bring in a couple of more forks here and see what these have to say. You got to move your foot. Watch out. Yes, you guys are holding that state beautifully. Nicely done. So the feeling of the unknown and the feeling of the heart. Allow the heart to connect with that place in space and time where you went, where the unknown was for you. So we're just going to use like a telephone cord, right? Here's the heart, here's the unknown. Allow the heart to reach out and connect with the unknown. So allow the heart, it kind of looks like, I don't even know what it is. But if it were like, if you were blowing glass and they had a rod of glass and at the tip, the bulb at the end of the glass was glowing light hot, that's what the heart is going to send out. It's going to send out this bulb of light to the unknown. So when that light touches that moment in space and time to the unknown, it will light up as well. And it will bring it back to itself. Almost like a frog's tongue, and then it brings it back. But the tip of the tongue has light on it. That's a better image. There we go. Beautiful. So just like we were using the breath earlier to cleanse and clear our field, the record of our field, we're going to use this image of the frog tongue with the light on the end of it coming from the heart, and it's going through space and time to all those things that are of concern. You don't even have to know what they are. The heart knows. So just watch this tongue go and collect it and bring it back into the heart itself. I'm using my coherent forks to help you maintain that state while you do that. Beautiful. Yes. So all that was unknown now is now brought back into the heart where the heart knows the way. So now feel into the knowing of the heart. Allow the heart to take that light of knowing and spread it like honey, melted, like melted glass or melted honey throughout your body, all the way down to your toes, through your shoulders, and out through your fingers. There you go. Until your entire body is glowing this golden light of honey. And the beautiful thing about the viscous nature of the honey is it can get into all of those spaces. Yeah. And I can feel everybody dropping into their bodies even more, which is beautiful. So what's happening here is now you're embodying a state of presence and knowing. Beautiful. So from here, with your mind's eye, you can open your mind's eye and notice there's different roads to take. Different roads. Maybe you'll see 2, maybe you'll see 3. Maybe you'll look 360 degrees around you and notice all the possibilities and roads that you can take from that vantage point. So just see what shows up for you. How many roads show up for you? Now only one of them is going to match the yellow line down the middle of the road, or the path is going to match that golden light of honey that your heart emanates and exudes. So just see if you can track where that road is that lights up in relation to your heart honey. There you go. Even if you're not sure and you think it is, just trust it. You're like, did I see that? I don't know. Go to another one and go back to it. See if it dings the same way. And even if it's very faint, that's still it. So trust the information that you're getting, that you're perceiving from your heart mind. There you go. Yes. Beautiful. Yes. Yep. And then when you're ready, just orient yourself towards that path and start moving on it. Align yourself with it. And so throughout the day, a really beautiful practice and a fun one is to do just that. You just check in with your road and see if that light is aligned with where you are. And if not, pause, allow the heart to inform you, check your road map, and then see which road you want to go on. And then just follow it. Follow it with your mind's eye. Allow your body to align with it. Yes, you got it. Everyone's got it. It will make more sense when you continue to do this practice. You can even do it while you're actually walking or driving. What road do I want to take? And have fun and explore that way. But this is going to begin to give you an opportunity to connect with your heart's communication style and how it speaks to you and how it begins to show you the way. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to let you keep playing with the heart light while I bring in the wisdom of the chimes. The wisdom of the chimes. That was such a like whimsical journey she took me on. The first thing I saw was a bumblebee, a yellow and black striped bumblebee, literally buzzing right in front of me, and I decided to follow it. And it was taking me down this road and this path through, this landscape, that landscape, and then all of a sudden I met with other people who are following their animal, their butterfly, they're a dragonfly, you know, they're a bird. And it reminded me of one of my favorite novels is The Golden Compass. It's the trilogy. And in this parallel universe, the people there, their spirits are actually animals called demons, and they see them. So you could see your spirit. And so it reminded me of that. And mine apparently in this journey was a bumblebee. And so another technique that you could use, you can see the honey golden light of your path, or perhaps you have an animal totem that you want to follow and that's guiding you and leading you. So there's many ways to participate with the imaginal realm, which is real, that is guiding and communicating with you at all times, giving you the information you need that is aligned with your heart. Right? And so I invite you to embrace that and play with that and trust it and have fun with it and enjoy the Mayflowers. And I thank you for coming together with me to harmonize the nature of oneself. Blessings.